following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 5 in the 2018 NRLOA Haas IndyCar Series, part of Indianapolis 250 Week here on Napa Fan, a boatload of events from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And we are here for the 5th race of the season in the Haas IndyCar Series, the IndyCar Grand Prix from the Indianapolis Road Course, the prelude to the major event next weekend. In exactly 6 days and 23 hours, the green flag will fly for the greatest race in the NRLOA. But now it's time for a little preview to that event, and we're going to race on the road course with one of the wackiest races we have all season long. On the pit lane, something else. First turn of this race is something else as well. First turn, first lap, where it all shakes out to who gets the win, and it's going to be fascinating to see who gets this win in this 15-lap event. Of course, the racetrack is pretty long, 2.69 miles here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's actually 2.62 miles. 2.69 is Riverside, 2.62 is here at Indy, so they're close. But 2.60 miles long here at the Indianapolis Road Course, and we'll go ahead and get these guys to roll off for this one. I'm alongside Nathan Stapleton. Like I said, passing is very difficult here. It all comes down to the first corner on the first lap of the race. So we got Isaac Nichols and Davey Johnson. Johnson on the pole, Nichols alongside. Who's going to get the advantage for this one on the first corner of the race?
Well, I think it's going to come down to who can get the better jump on the start and who can have the better braking job going into that hard turn 1. If Johnson gets a better braking zone, then he could come out with the lead. But if and has a better braking job, then he could possibly break out with the lead. So it all depends on the driver and the way that the start will be. Take the lead early.
Yes, and it's very crucial. That first corner, that first lap is very crucial, because once you get single file here, it's very difficult for these guys to draft up to each other and pass on the racetrack. So once you're in the lead, you're pretty much in a position to get the win as long as you don't mess up on the pit road. So we're going to have to see how it all shakes out. This is how they line up in the points standings coming into this race. Roger Ray, 139 points, is a 35-point lead coming into this event, and that's not a whole race. That's pretty darn close. You're going to have to get at least third to tie that. So Roger Ray in a good position coming into the 5th race of the season. Luke Rainey, the defending champion, who was fastest in Indy 250 practice yesterday, is 35 points behind. He's tied with Justin Zeidel, who won at Riverside earlier this season. Our last winner here in the Haas IndyCar Series, Christian Master, is 36 points behind, and John Andrews, the Lime Rock winner, is 40 points behind coming into today's event. Here on this Saturday morning, it's Davey Johnson who grabbed the pole position. He starts on the outside, and that's because the first pit stall is taken up by the player, so that nobody's in the first pit stall, because these guys have a lot of trouble in that first pit stall, let's just say that. So Davey Johnson with the 1-point advantage. Isaac Nichols will be starting on the inside, and he's got an advantage for starting on the inside of this race course, of course, because that inside lane has that shorter way around entering that first corner, so we'll have to see if he uses that to his advantage. Row number 2, we got Adam Lewis and Jordan Lopez, a couple of mid-range veterans looking to get a win here today. George Harvick, a rookie driver, alongside Colton Yeo in row number 3. Eric Monaco and Phoenix winner Daniel Bouchard in row 4. Then it's the 12 of Bruno De Barros and the 18 of Max Anderson in row number 5. Top 10 starting positions right there. Here we go, the big moment of the race. The best moment of the race, probably. It's 15 laps, but it's all about lap 1. So here we go. Davey Johnson and Isaac Nichols ready to get this race started. Let's see who wins the first race for these Indy cars in Indy 250 week. The IndyCar Grand Prix is green from the Indianapolis Road Course. Let's get racing. Indy 250 week is here, guys. Let's have some fun. Three wide at the start of the race. That's Adam Lewis trying to take the lead away. They remain side by side for the lead. Davey Johnson and Isaac Nichols. Johnson trying to get the run on the outside. He's got it. And the pole sitter hangs on for the lead on the first lap of the event. Here comes Jordan Lopez on Isaac Nichols for second. Almost a bit of contact there. Nichols holds on to the second position as Adam Lewis tried to make it three wide. Entering the first corner, he was not able to make it stick, but he holds on to the fourth position as George Harvick rounds out the top five here at Indy. And now Isaac Nichols is going to have to do the impossible and close in on Davey Johnson to try to take the lead away. This is a very tough place to do so. George Harvick trying to get around Adam Lewis, not able to do so. Colton Yeo on the grass there as he battles with Daniel Bouchard. But Davey Johnson from the pole with the hole shot. And he is now out front here in the IndyCar Grand Prix. It's a very good jump at the start, don't you think? And apparently we have lost Nathan, which is okay because we got a good race going on here with Davey Johnson leading lap number one. Here comes Isaac Nichols, Jordan Lopez. You got George Harvick. And that is the number 19 of Adam Lewis, who went three wide at the start, now down the fifth. There's John Andrews on Bruno de Barros. That's for a position back in there. They bunch up here. Look at the 27 of Ace Garcia. Aggressive there on Nicholas Samedillo, and that's a place where they tend to overshoot. You're on that outside lane. And doesn't work out too well for a lot of guys. They're still side by side. There's John Andrews. Also John Stewart. He's doing good in the Cup Series, but John Andrews doing good in the IndyCar Series right now. In a battle for the 11th position with Bruno de Barros not able to take it quite yet as he tries to get to the inside of him here. They're still side by side for that position.
Yeah, Lewis, he tried making it blue on, but thing to do that in the, especially going into on one, so he tried something. You know, he's dropping back a little bit.
Running in the fifth position as Davey Johnson begins to pull away from the number 7 of Isaac Nichols. It's late, guys. Give me a break. But Johnson holds on. That's the 7 is second. Jordan Lopez, George Harvick, and Adam Lewis. I heard a little bit of a contact in the back there. Here's the position change as Joey Hightower gets on Luke Rainey for position. And that is deep in the field. Matter of fact, not that deep in the field. Those guys advanced quite a bit on that last lap. Joey Hightower moved up. He was 24th the last lap by. He's now 19th. He gained 5 positions on that lap, and even though it's still really deep in the field, how about that for the number 4, Joey Hightower?
Well, that is the annual course let alone in the another position.
Yeah, trying to get on Justin Zeidel for 18th. Not able to do so quite yet. Al Lagasse, who had quite a moment in Indy 250 practice yesterday as he hit the pit road wall directly head on, and Nicholas Samedillo came in and clobbered him. Thankfully, we don't actually have real injuries, but that was a scary moment. I actually got jump scared because the 20 was right in the middle of my screen when the scene shifted. But here he is, running in the top 10 as he's around John Andrews. Andrews got around Bruno de Barros there for that position, so a great run there for the 98, who did very well at Lime Rock. And we'll have to see what he can do to hold on to a possible top 10 position. It's going to come down the pit stops here, and I'm looking forward to seeing who can get it done in this one. It's looking like it might be Davey Johnson holding on to a second lead ahead of Isaac Nichols. And Nichols is holding on the second from Jordan Lopez. Now, this corner right here, you're going to see these guys overshoot it sometimes, and it's a trouble spot here on the racetrack. We saw that happen with Adam Lewis. He tried to go 3 wide and overshot the corner and lost it. So, he fell back to 5th. You do not want to get stuck on the outside there. And we'll have to see who gets it done here in this one. As DeBarros holds on. And Barros right now running in the 12th position. As he is trying to get a top 10 here as well. Nicholas Amadia right behind him, trying to get 12th position away from the number 12, who is running in the 12th position there. It's Bruno DeBarros and John Andrews right behind Al Legacy. We're kind of single file right now throughout a lot of the field. Adam Lewis trying to get on George Harvick for the 4th position. And have to see how this whole thing shakes out as we continue on here at Indy. But Davey Johnson still out front. Isaac Nichols trying to hold on. Now Nichols knows he has a shot. If he can come down the pit lane properly and get a better pit stop than that 3, and maybe the 3 have an issue on the pit road, then we might be seeing Davey Johnson maybe not win this race. So Nichols knows he still has a shot. All comes down to those pit stops. And same with Jordan Lopez. He's in position as well to possibly get a win if he can get a good pit stop on the pit lane too. And as everybody runs single file as they come across the line, Marcus Sachi right now in the last position. Did not get a good qualifying run. Neither did Christian Master, our last winner here in the IndyCar Series, as he runs 24th right now. Those are not good places to be here at the Indianapolis Road Course. And you're going to see Joey Hightower, who has gotten around Justin Zeidel, by the way, for the 18th position. Look on Tyler O'Reilly for 17th. Hightower's been doing a great job starting in the back for this one.
Yeah, definitely, because the time you don't think people in the back will make statements, but right now Hightower is proving a point that even though he started in the back, he's moving up through the field, pretty dang good right now.
Yeah, and his teammate Jordan Lopez currently runs in the 3rd position as he closes in on Isaac Nichols. And it's possible we might see a pass for 2nd place here as Lopez tries to close in. Adam Lewis unable to get around George Harvick for the moment. We're going to be the 3rd of the way through the race next time we cross the line, with Davey Johnson hanging on to the lead for Team Penske. And this is great for the veteran driver of Davey Johnson heading into the Indianapolis 250. Great for the championship as well. Of course, Davey Johnson, a highly experienced driver. He's also going to be racing in tonight's Rockstar Pro Series event here at Indianapolis on the oval, so we'll have to see what he does in that one. And they're log jamming up for the 2nd position. A mistake by any of these guys could allow a change in position. Jordan Lopez trying to get a run on Nichols as Nichols overshot it. Not able to do so as they remain in their same positions. Oh, and Hightower, he had a moment there, and he's going to lose the position to Justin Zeidel. So we were talking about him just a lap ago and how good he was doing. And he overshot the corner there, and it's a tough break for the number 4, Joey Hightower, but only 1 position lost, so not all is lost for him. And you see Davey Johnson holding on to a pretty significant lead. If I'm not mistaken, Ryan Gondillo actually started the 3 on the pole last year, but he was unable to come home with the victory. This season, Davey Johnson took the 3 to the pole, and he was able to get the advantage on a Smith-Peterson car, because it was a Smith-Peterson car of Cameron Garlington who won this race last year. It's Isaac Nichols driving for Smith-Peterson, running in the 2nd position. So how about that little nugget of information right there? Very similar to last year's event here at the IndyCar Grand Prix.
Yeah, right now, I think Johnson is looking really, really, really good right now to change that and make the 3 go to pit lane, but it's going to all come down to pit stops here at Indy.
Definitely will, and these guys sometimes have trouble on the pit lane, so you might want to watch for this right here. Adam Lewis pushing George Harvick out of the way, and a change in position, trying to get around the 83. This is for the 4th position, and these positions up here, they award a lot of points. There's a big differential in the points in the top 5, so this is a matter of about 5 points, about 5 points towards the championship, and Adam Lewis taking it away there from George Harvick. But Harvick holding on, not able to get to the inside quite yet. And there goes Lewis. Colton Yo trying to battle with the 40 of Daniel Bouchard. This is a tight battle for position right here. Bouchard, the Phoenix winner, would love a great run. He's right now 7th. He's got a great run going for him right now. Max Anderson behind him. Eric Monaco and Al Agassi, the top 10. So not much of a change in the top 10 except for that right there with Adam Lewis getting around George Harvick. He got the draft and pressured him into turn 1, and Harvick overshot it so that Lewis could drive by for 4th.
Yeah,
Check
that was
in. Go ahead.
the move that, for 4th. That was a classic move where the draft played into, and he was able to give him a little bit of a love tap, a classic NASCAR bump and one, and was able to take that position away.
Somebody down the pit lane. That is Igor Barreto in the 22, and it does appear that he might have been involved in an accident because he's not doing any service to his race car right now. It's a tough break for the 22 team. Looks like their day's going to be done, and it's going to be a last place finish for Igor Barreto. He might have gotten caught off guard somewhere and hit the wall. Kind of a tough one there. And Joey Hightower is trying to take the position back from Justin Zeidel, and he's doing so. I mean, I know this is really deep in the field, but I am just intrigued by how Hightower moved his way through that many positions, and 6 positions gained from the first lap. And here, that's nearly impossible, but he was able to do it. Al Agassi trying to close in on Eric Monaco. See these guys kind of close in rather interestingly as they enter that corner right there down that straightaway in the backstretch. And Davey Johnson, the clean air is so significant here at this road course, and as you can see, Davey Johnson with a great advantage right now, and we'll have to see how he does on this set of pit stops. Halfway through, it's a one-stop race every year for the IndyCar Grand Prix, and these are going to be critical as Davey Johnson comes down with Isaac Nichols, Jordan Lopez, the 19 car of Adam Lewis, George Harvick. And that advantage that Davey Johnson had is going to be beneficial to him staying ahead of Isaac Nichols here, but we're just going to have to see. There is his pit stall with Isaac Nichols right behind him. Anybody stay out here? It looks like everybody came down. And in fact, everybody did. So all the action on the pit lane lap 8. We're past halfway, which means that this is going to do it. And Johnson is away. Everybody else is away. And a log jam. Adam Lewis had to slow it down there. These guys tend to stall their race cars off of this pit lane the way they have to just tightly turn it. You see how narrow the entrance to the pit lane is. They usually stall the cars. Bouchard stalls it, and they're jamming up behind him. Ace Garcia's driving by. Nicolas Samania. That's Bruno de Barros, who's just stuck behind Max Anderson now, as Anderson has his car stuck. And this is something we see every year. These guys, they stall the cars right there. It's such a tough place. And there goes de Barros. He's going to get out. Tyler already. Looks like Joey Hightower is going to drive around him, or try to at least. And they're still jammed up behind him. All these guys who are deep in the field and already cannot get it backfired. So he has to go to his pit lane, or to his pit stall, I should say. There goes Joey Hightower. Luke Rainey and Cody Sill unable to get their cars fired back up. And there goes the 2 of Julius Anderson. Marcus Sacchi will also get away. So 4 guys with issues there. Also, the number 21 of Christian Master could not get his car fired back up. So it's an issue we have here every year for the IndyCar Grand Prix. These guys, they stall it off the pit lane, and we saw it happen there with quite a few drivers. And it is going to affect the championship, no question. Adam Lewis is 4th. George Harvick is 5th. The same top 5 as when we started that cycle of pit stops, but Davey Johnson has a much larger lead than he did when the cycle of pit stops began. He was in and out. No problemo for the number 3, and this one is a walk in the park for veteran Davey Johnson. A 4-second lead on Isaac Nichols with only 6 laps to go in the IndyCar Grand Prix here at the Indianapolis Road Course.
Yeah, Davey Johnson, he has just had the class on a different level. He has taken every one of these other drivers to school on how to win this place. And so far, a one-way ticket to victory lane for Johnson as long as he can keep it clean.
Yeah, and this is far from over, of course. If he overshoots that corner just a few too many times, Isaac Nichols is right there, and Jordan Lopez might still pressure Nichols for the second position, so a lot going on there. Adam Lewis, George Harvick, Colton Yo, Eric Monaco, Al Legacy, John Andrews, with all the issues that happened on the pit lane, he moves his way into the top 10. Ace Garcia, man, he just drove right by a lot of those guys, so he's in the top 10 right now in the 27, a pretty decent run for him. The thing about Ace Garcia, he's a very consistent driver. He tends to finish a lot of races, gets a lot of laps in, and he's still yet to get a Chick-fil-A Cup Series win. I believe he's only won twice. Won twice before. He's got a Chick-fil-A Cup Series special win, which is the Meliello Smooth Fest from earlier this season, and he's also won another special event with the NRLOA versus NOFSRL battle, which, by the way, we're getting the big one coming up here during the summer. It is going to be wild, let me tell you that. Haven't really... I mean, a lot of people know about this, but you guys on YouTube might not. And, oh, there we go. Opportunity for Nichols. And does not overshoot it like Davey Johnson did. So there's a few tenths of a second at least. And if it happens enough for Davey Johnson, we could see Isaac Nichols close in and pressure. It's difficult, but he's going to have to get right on the back bumper of him. We saw the pass that Adam Lewis made on George Harvick earlier on, and we saw how much of a benefit that was to Adam Lewis. But if Isaac Nichols can draft right up to the number 3 and pressure him entering that corner, we could possibly see a pass for the lead, but he's got so much ground to make up. It's just looking very difficult right now for the Aussie driver of Isaac Nichols.
Yeah, that little mistake for Johnson that cost them a little bit, but clean. And back to Ace Garcia on my channel and on mine. On my channel, he won my birthday bash back in April, so he's a pretty good driver on both of our channels.
Definitely is, but still going for that first Cup Series win. He'd love to get an IndyCar win. He'd love to win the Indianapolis 250. All these guys would love to win the Indianapolis 250. That is the race to win. And like I said when we were doing practice earlier, I am pumped to do the event. It's going to be fantastic, and that's what we're focusing on here, as we have all these events here at Indianapolis to just lead up to the huge 100-lap event. I love doing it every year, and it's going to be another doozy here for the IndyCar Series. It's going to be race 6 of the season. Will not be the finale like it was last season, but it'll still have major championship implications. Sound like Rick Allen there. A lot of you people think I'm better than Rick Allen, and I agree. But still, it's a double points race. 100 points for the winner, and that's a lot of points. That could definitely help these drivers win the championship. Let's check in on our points leader, Roger Ray, and he's 12th right now, so salvaging a decent run right now. He'll stay in the points lead, heading into Indianapolis 250 qualifying. Once we hit Indy 250 qualifying, the top 10 qualifiers will receive points, with 10 points going to the pole sitter, 9 to second, and so on. So check that out there. It's not as major on the points as it has been in past years. You used to get 42 points for the pole, now you only get 10, so won't play as much of a factor into the championship, but it still will play a factor, and it'll be interesting to see who gets it done on Wednesday for the qualifying session for the Indianapolis 250. Of course, we have practice on Tuesday with all 33 drivers. At the time of our recording of this race, we have yet to do the Indianapolis 250 only driver sign-up, so Nathan, if you're in it, good luck to you getting all that started off, but if not, we'll be in the booth for this one. And here we go. Jordan Lopez closed right in on Isaac Nichols as Nichols overshot the corner. And he's not quite able to get there as Nichols holds on to second. I mean, this is a very, very difficult place. We kind of saw it in the Cup race last weekend where it's just difficult to pass. That was at Mosport. And it looks like already Cody Sill and Christian Master have gone back out into the racetrack. And if Davey Johnson closes in on these guys, it's possible he could have an issue doing so. So you might want to watch for that. It's going to be 2 laps to go next time by. And Davey Johnson looking to get, I believe, would be his either 3rd or 4th career win here in the Haas IndyCar Series. He's pretty good in this series, and he's looking to get another one here in the 2018 season.
And back to the Indy 250 to win that race. And when I raced in it, I always look forward to it because biggest race of the year too. And it was my home track, and no matter what, if I'm in the booth or in the race, I'm so pumped for 100 lapper, and I'm pumped to see if who can do of what Luke Rainey did last year and become a Indianapolis 250 champion.
Yeah, we're just going to have to see. I mean, Luke Rainey isn't really having the best of days today, as he is next to last right now, unable to get that car fired up, and they are probably going to call it a day. That is not good for Luke Rainey. He came into this race second in the points, but the race he is defending is coming up, and 100 points towards the winner. I'm telling you, the Indianapolis 250 will be something else. So the thing about those Indy 250 only drivers, they can win. Aaron Walpole was an Indy 250 only driver when he won it in 2016, and it could very well happen again. Especially considering some of the guys who could be Indy 250 only drivers. I mean, a lot of veterans missed out in racing full-time this season in the Haas IndyCar Series, and I have a feeling a lot of those veterans are going to be battling for the win next Saturday morning. It wasn't much of a battle here today, though, as Davey Johnson will come around, take the white flag next time by. And, you know, this race is just more so tradition than an actual race. That's why we broadcast qualifying, because qualifying essentially determines who gets the win. So there is something out there to actually show what goes on. But as for Davey Johnson, a walk in the park once he got around Isaac Nichols, and going to be the white flag here in the IndyCar Grand Prix. But back to the Indy 250, that's going to be the event of the year, at least the event of May. I mean, I mentioned the battle that's going to go on at the end of June. You are going to want to watch that one, let me tell you that. But the Indy 250, definitely a huge event every year, and these guys, you know, they're just looking forward to that, most likely. I mean, this is just a race in the Haas IndyCar Series for the championship. They're not worried about the championship. They're worried about the Indy 250. And to win that race is so special. Ask Christian Master. Ask Mask Newworth. Ask Aaron Walpole. And of course, ask Luke Rainey. You win a 100-lap event. It's a pretty big deal. And we're looking forward to it. We're really looking forward to it. But as for today, Davey Johnson's looking forward to being in victory lane. And I think of this whole weekend, he gets started on the right foot more than anybody. He was 4th fastest in Indy 250 practice yesterday. And here he is with the pole and most likely the victory in the IndyCar Grand Prix. It's a great day to be Davey Johnson. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he does all next week in the practice sessions and qualifying. And, of course, in the race. And one final corner for Davey Johnson here in the IndyCar Grand Prix. Davey Johnson, a veteran driver, will come home with the victory in the 5th race of the season. That's 50 points towards the championship and a win for the number 3. Isaac Nichols, Jordan Lopez, and that is the number 19 of Adam Lewis, George Harvick. You got Colton Yo there, Al Agassi, Eric Monaco, and John Andrews coming across the line. Ace Garcia will round out the top 10 in the 27. Nicholas Samadillo, Roger Ray, Daniel Bouchard, Max Anderson, Marty Johnson. Here comes Justin Zidell off the final corner. Bruno De Barros, and finally you see Luke Rainey coming off the racetrack, but I believe that's all the guys we have time for there. There's Joey Hightower, as he was deeper in the field, and Julius Anderson as well, Marcus Sachi, Tyler Reddy, Cody Sill, and Christian Master. But there's your winner. Davey Johnson gets it done in the IndyCar Grand Prix. 50 points towards the championship, and great way to start his Indianapolis 250 week. And are the official standings right there. Went through the top 10 as they crossed the line. So, what are you expecting in the Indianapolis 250 when we come here next Saturday morning? I mean, this is a road course, not really a big determining factor on an oval race, but do you think Davey Johnson's going to have an advantage next week, considering he's got all this momentum coming into it?
I think so, because a win is a win, and it does not matter if it's on the road course. It will give you momentum at this track, because track is a doozy. It's tough. And You have to have confidence in yourself that, hey, it's the 200, it's 100 laps. To be confident in myself and to possibly win one of the biggest races of the year.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Davey Johnson has that confidence, and like to apologize of technical difficulties there. Internet connection wasn't the best tonight, but still, we'll make sure the Indianapolis 250 is a grand spectacle for you guys to watch, and I'm looking forward to it. But later tonight, we got the Rockstar Pro Series on the oval. Davey Johnson's going to have momentum coming into that one because he's in that race along with a couple other guys in this series. Nicholas Amadio is also going to be in tonight's race. Marty Johnson will be as well. As a matter of fact, Cody Sill is. Those are the only guys, I think. Only those 4 guys will be racing tonight. So not much of a cross. Also got Daniel Bouchard as well. Almost forgot about him. And Alexander Rowe, who is the owner of Max Anderson. So we got a few guys, but not too many guys transitioning over to the oval tonight. But still, for those 5 guys, or those 6 guys, tonight's race will help them, I think, for the Indianapolis 250 because we're on the oval for 25 laps, and even though it's stock cars, it's still a lot of the same characteristics in the racing of the stock cars and the Indy cars. Of course, they're going about maybe 50 miles per hour slower, but still, it's a lot of similarities, and we'll have to see how it all shakes out. That's tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern right here on NAPAFan, the Indy 100K, 3rd race of the season in the Rockstar Pro Series. And as for the 5th race of the season in the Haas IndyCar Series, Davey Johnson is the winner at the Indianapolis Road Course. So thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Davey Johnson. Here are the point standings for the Haas IndyCar Series after 5 races on the season. And Indy 250 week is here, guys. We're going to be on the oval practicing, qualifying, Freedom 50, Indy Lights, Chick-fil-A Cup Series at Charlotte. They're going to do the double. Some of these guys are going to do the double. They're going to do the Indy 250 and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series Coke 600 on the same day. It's here. The best week on NAPAFan is here, and I'm so excited. I still got to get my wisdom teeth pulled out. Time me recording this, it's Wednesday. I'm getting it pulled out Friday. But hey, we'll get it done. We'll have fun. It's going to be a great week. So on behalf of Nathan Stapleton, thank you guys very much for watching once again. And I will see you guys later. It's what I do.